Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker for the Nintendo GameCube. Alright my friends, welcome back. So, in the last episode we took care of Dragon Roost Cavern on Dragon Roost Island, clearing the first official dungeon in the game, and getting Din's Pearl. And I've just changed the wind to the south because in the distance we're going to be approaching Forest Haven, which is the next destination for us in this game, where we get the next pearl, basically. It's a pretty cool place. It's where we face off against forest creatures and stuff like that. They're in some kind of big, I don't know, plant-like dungeon. It's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our trusty sail with us. And let's see, what do we got here? We've got stuff in our bags and that. I haven't got any bait. It might be a good idea to stock up on some bait real soon, actually, because we're going to be approaching a certain character any second now, actually. Whereabouts are you? I think I just saw you. There you are. This guy calls us Small Fry all of the time. This is a talking fish, and basically he acknowledges the fact that we've got a sea chart, and yeah, every time that you want to mark up a place on the map, this is your guy for that. He goes ahead and does this one for free for us, but there's 49 places on the map that we can go ahead and visit. And if you want to see a place on the map, you throw some bait down on the water near this fish. He paints our map with his painting brush and tells us some secrets on whichever location it is that you are on the map. So in this case he's told us about some kind of underground dungeon-like area on the island that we just came from, Dragon Roost Island. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You can get hints and tips and little secrets and stuff from this fish as well. So kind of handy to take advantage of that factor in this game, I have to say. So we don't have that many places on our map at the moment. This is like, let's see, here's our map. As you can see, it's 7x7. We have 49 places that we can visit, and this is one of them, Dragon Roost Island. So you can kind of zoom in and see the island for yourself. And as you can see by the map, we need to be heading south. So that's where we're headed. And I've always loved the Great Ocean, actually. You get to see little islands in the distance, and that's so you know that you're approaching something different. This island that we're approaching just there happens to be some kind of active sea volcano. We'll come back to that at some point. We actually have to come to this this island at some point. You'll see it in a second. There it is. Look at that spewing lava at the top. It's quite cool, actually, I have to admit. And there's another island that's all based around ice as well. So that's pretty nifty. And like I said in one of my previous episodes, this little tower here on the left, you can go up there and fight enemies and get treasure and all that kind of stuff. Just makes your trip to and from different islands a little bit more interesting for you. I guess that's what this little barrel game is that I'm playing. Even when I don't need rupees, I still find myself playing this little side game on the way to and from islands. But Nintendo have done a really good job with this game, I have to admit. Boredom factor on the ocean, they've made up for that with things like this, obviously, like I just said. But you get enemies, natural sort of disasters and stuff going on as well, like tornadoes, and you even come across some pretty interesting spooky stuff as well. Like there's actually some ghost ships patrolling the ocean as well. You can get a ghost ship chart, which tells you where they are and, you know, what the moon has to be, whether it has to be a half moon or anything like that, because that all counts, believe it or not. But as you can see here, there is some sea tornadoes here, and here we have the enemies as well. So you don't have to actually interact with any of this stuff. If you go into one of the tornadoes, it will just spin you around a little bit, but just pray that you don't come across one of the giant tornadoes, because that's a problem. And you can't do anything about that big tornado without having the bow and arrows on your side. This one's going to get in our way. It did a little bit. But yeah, I mean, look, there's rain. There's a thunderstorm going on. There's tornadoes. I mean, the moon as well. The moon actually sets and rises and stuff over the ocean horizon. It's just... I have to admit, I just really do love the the sailing mechanic in this game. It's fantastic. Because you actually feel like you're going to and from places, because time is literally passing you by in real life, because it does take a little while to get to these places, but you look around and it goes from day to night, and it's just good. It's pretty cool, I have to admit. But as you can see in the distance, there is two giant tower looking things. That is Forest Haven. That is the next location for us in this game. What is that? Right, okay. You come across these every now and then as well. These are like wooden submarine type things. If you go in the door of that, sometimes you have a good chance of winning some pretty rare items. I don't know exactly where all of the submarine locations are, but yeah, some of them have some really good things in them, like extra bottles, for example, as well. I think that guy was firing at us just then. Screw you. Anyway, let's see what awaits us on Forest Haven. Both of these tower-like structures on the ocean here are all part of the same thing, and we have to go to both of them. So let's go ahead and take a nice hefty trip to a brand new island. I think that little middle island over there is another part of Forest Haven as well, actually. But overall, this is a pretty cool place, I have to admit. But yeah, let's do it. That is where you must go, Dan, the Forest Haven. Alright, so I really like this place. Come to think of it, I have just realised what the middle island is. It's a really cool little side thing that you can do in this game. Basically, as you can see, I have the pictograph box. I can take pictures and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you take them to an art gallery on that little mini island, and there's a guy in there that makes statues out of your pictures. It's really, really cool, actually, I have to admit. But where is it? Let's go ahead and have a look. That island over there. We can't do anything with that just yet because we haven't got a coloured picture box. There's a hefty story about how we go ahead in getting that. I don't know whether I'll do that in my playthrough, but we'll see. Anyway, this is a Boko Baba. We just killed it for its seed. They're like the Deku Babas in, you know, Ocarina of Time and that. You get these items, you can turn them into potions, and you can sell them to Beedle if you like. It's really up to you, but if you don't get out of their way like this, might as well show this off actually. They try and eat you. The second guy tried to do the same. I'm kind of in the battle zone here, let's just get out of the way a second. But yeah, they drop items and rupees and whatever else. It's mainly the seeds that you want, obviously. Is this guy going to drop one? Nope, just rupees, which I'm pretty darn stocked up on at the moment, by the looks of it. Let's just get rid of this guy. Right, so go ahead and make sure that you have your grappling hook for this. You can get rid of the sail for the time being. Alright, yeah, look at that, it's a full moon. I mean, that's another nice touch with this game, actually. The fact that the moon, you know, changes as well. Like, you'll see how the sun is kind of reflecting off of it in different angles and stuff. How time and everything actually changes for us in this game as well. It's very nice. Like, there are actually some quests that you have to do that involve the sun, the moon being a certain way. Like, someone might want it to be a half moon or whatever else. I don't know, they went all out with this game with creativity, in my opinion. Let's just get rid of this guy. I can see he's probably going to get in my way. But have a look at that, that is actually a constellation up there, that's the Orion's Belt. So if it wasn't the moon, it's the stars as well. There's plenty of constellations as well, so... You know, kudos and 5-star for, you know, ingenuity and creativity. I mean, that you got to hand it to Nintendo on that, really. I mean, this has got to be me personally. This has got to be my favourite Zelda game out of the series. I have to admit, Ocarina of Time is a fantastic title, and it does go a long way back for me with the N64 era. But this one, I have to say, this really has a place in my heart. And this, speaking of which, with Ocarina of Time in mind, this is the Great Deku Tree. And what do you know, he's ill in this one as well. Ganon seems to have wrecked this guy's shed up as well. So all we have to do here is roll into the Deku Tree like that. And yeah, a ton of these choo-choos all around us. I think we've faced off against the red ones already, but let's go ahead and pick up a green one, because we haven't actually had a green one yet, have we? So this is green chew jelly. As you can probably gather, the red ones can be turned into a potion that gives you health, and the green ones can be used for magic, so go ahead and take advantage of that. And wow, that was a lot. That was quite nice, actually. I haven't come across any blue chew jellies yet. They're very rare, but you can guess what they do as well. Now this guy is talking in a language that we do not currently understand because we're not playing on Game Plus. I haven't actually played the game through the first time, but when you play the game through the second time, you're granted the ability to read all of the text in this game that you can't read. Anything that can't be translated at the moment for us will be translatable, so that's pretty cool. Right, so there's a couple of little things in the distance there you can probably see. Actually, they're like little purple plants on top of tall vines. You can actually jump in them. I will show that off in a second, but first we need to go ahead and talk with the Great Deku Tree. And now that we've actually helped him out, he's going to give us well, information on the pearl that we've come here for, of course, for Raw's Pearl, and yeah. But it's not going to be as easy as just saving the Great Deku Tree. If it was as easy as that, this game would just be pointless, wouldn't it? Let's be honest with you. But this is where we get introduced to the Koroks. They're really cool characters, and quite cute as well, actually, I have to admit. They're all unique in their own ways. And they just fly around on their little leaves. But the really cool thing is, we gain an item here by the Great Deku Tree, that allows us to fly around like the Koroks, providing we can redirect the wind, you know, in our favour, so we can fly across to certain platforms and whatever else. But we have to go and get it, of course. We're not going to be given not only the pearl, but the free leaf prize as well. We have to take those little purple plant jump pad things in a minute to try and get that item. And this is all to get over to the second dungeon in this game. So this is where we find out basically that one of the Koroks is been a little bit mischievous, and of course it's Maka. This one and Maka are always late, but Maka has not returned apparently because he fell into the Forbidden Woods. And you can see by the highlighted text there that the Great Deku Tree is not impressed with hearing that. And that kind of gives us the story as to what we're supposed to do next in this game. We're supposed to head over to the Forbidden Woods and rescue Maka, which of course, you know, involves defeating a boss, getting the pearl, and whatever else. But how the heck are we going to get over to the Forbidden Woods? I mean, you saw the other island, the other tower-like island, within Forest Haven. So yeah, we can't just exactly climb that thing, so this is what we've got to do, basically. People cannot fly through the air. Well pointed out, young Korok. Alright, so this is where we get a pretty hefty item. We just have to go up there and get it. Alright. Righto, let's go and get it then. Let's go and get our trusty dungeon entering prize that awaits us up on one of them top branches. And this gives us a little bit of an insight as to how to use these items here, because we're going to be using items like this within the dungeon. These are, I don't exactly know what the name of these are, I'm just going to call them the jumping plants, whatever. But yeah, we have to use these in the dungeon as well. I could never really find that one for some reason, that grappling hook section there. I always got to this point and thought, well, I can't jump over to that, so what am I supposed to do? We're nearly there. There's not actually that many of these jumping pads here for us, so it's quite good. You can actually hear the leaf prize just a little bit higher up. And the good thing with these little plants, they actually refill your magic meter as well every time you enter them. It's some kind of, I don't know, automated charge that you get from them, but you're going to notice now that we actually get a magic meter, and that's kind of to do with the fact that when we use this leaf in midair, we only have a short period of time before we fall down. We're sort of relying on the magic meter to do that for us. So we have to go ahead and fly over to that Korok over there, which of course we need the Deku Leaf for. Let's go ahead and try this out. So you can just go like that and get up a little bit of speed if you like, and you can just jump down here. Use the arrow made out of leaves, and you get these little, I don't know what they are, they're like, it just grants you magic again basically. That's how you get your magic back in the game. Or use potions, is entirely up to you, but that is the Forbidden Woods, and as you can see it's horrendous looking to say the least. Alright, so we have to actually fly over to that thing. So let's go ahead and start off by redirecting the wind in our favour here, because if the wind isn't on your side, then you might just find that you're flying off in some random direction that you didn't want to be flying off to. So make sure that you definitely use the wind the way it's supposed to be conducted. Thankfully though, if you do fall off and mess this segment up, it will just basically restart you back to where we just jumped off of. So that's a really nice, generous thing for the game actually to have that. Alright, so you can make it over to the first island pretty easy enough, to be fair. Let's go ahead and get some more magic. And this little cyclone that's patrolling around, you kind of have to make sure that you're using that to get up to the Forbidden Woods, because we don't really have enough height from where we currently are to make it to the entrance of the second dungeon in this game. So let's go ahead and just redirect that over there now, northwest, and wait for the cyclone to come back around to us. I don't know where it is. It's miles away. Right. As you can see over there, I don't know whether you saw that, that's the fish in the distance there, jumping out and into the water. That's who you refer to if you want to mark up your map. But let's go ahead and jump now. Try and get into the cyclone if you can. That will give you a little bit of height like that. And there are some flying enemies over here, which I think is really crafty actually, because if one of these hit you, you will end up falling off again. So that can really mess your day up. But there we go, we have now arrived at the second dungeon in this game. That wasn't too bad. We're now in this place, the Forbidden Woods. It's not an incredibly hard dungeon. Shouldn't take me too long to get through this place. I'm hoping for one episode, at most two. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the playthrough and you'll join me for that. Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.